Chapter 1. The Noise Inside Aarav's Head. Aarav Mehta was 18 years old, but his mind felt like a crowded marketplace. Thoughts shouted over each other, notifications blinked endlessly. Dreams came and went without ever turning into action. He wasn't stupid. In fact, his teachers often said, "Aarav is intelligent but unfocused," and that sentence followed him everywhere like a curse. Every morning, Aarav promised himself, "Today I'll study seriously," and every evening ended the same way, with unfinished notes, half-watched lectures, and the dull guilt of wasted time. He wanted to crack one of the toughest engineering entrance exams in the country, but his results never matched his ambition. He would open his book, read 2 pages, then suddenly wonder what his friends were doing. He'd check his phone for just a minute, and when he looked up again, an hour had vanished. His life felt like that. Time leaking away silently. At night, lying in bed, Aarav imagined success, standing proud, proving everyone wrong. But imagination was easy. Execution wasn't. And deep inside, Aarav feared something terrible, that maybe he simply wasn't built for greatness. Chapter 2. The question that changed everything. One afternoon, after scoring badly in yet another mock test, Aarav stayed back at the library. He noticed an old man sitting near the window, reading calmly, undisturbed by the chaos around him. Students walked in and out. Phones rang, chairs scraped, but the man didn't even flinch. Curious, Aarav finally spoke. "Sir, how do you concentrate like that?" The man closed his book slowly and smiled. "Because I'm only here," he said. Aarav frowned. "Everyone is here." The man shook his head. "No, most people are everywhere except where they are." The man introduced himself as Professor Raman, a retired neuroscientist who now volunteered as a mentor. Aarav found himself opening up about distraction, pressure, fear, and failure. Professor Raman listened patiently, then asked one simple question. "When you study, how many places is your mind at the same time?" Aarav answered honestly, "Too many." "That," Raman said softly, "is why you're exhausted before you even begin." Chapter 3. The Rule of One. The next day, Professor Raman met Aarav again. He wrote 3 words on a piece of paper and pushed it across the table. The rule of one task, one moment, one mind. He explained that the human brain was never designed for constant multitasking. Every time attention shifts, the brain pays a price. Energy drains, focus weakens. Over time, distraction becomes a habit. "But the brain," Raman said, "is trainable." He explained a simple practice. Do only one thing at a time, and do it completely. Not half studying, not studying while thinking about results. Just studying, not eating while scrolling. Just eating, not listening while planning replies. Just listening. When your mind wanders, Raman said, don't fight it. Bring it back. Again and again. That return, that's the real training. Aarav felt something shift inside him. This wasn't about motivation, it was about method. Chapter 4. The first battle that evening, Aarav prepared differently. Phone switched off, desk cleared. One book, one chapter. He sat down and breathed slowly. The first 10 minutes were torture. His mind screamed for stimulation. His hand almost reached for his phone, but he remembered Raman's words. Bring it back. Every time his thoughts drifted, he gently returned to the page. Something strange happened. After 20 minutes, the noise softened. After 40, it disappeared. When the timer rang, Aarav looked up, shocked. He had finished more work than he usually did in an entire evening. For the first time, effort felt clean. Powerful. Controlled. Chapter 5. Momentum days turned into weeks. Aarav repeated the same ritual daily. No heroics, no extremes, just consistency. He stopped blaming distractions and started designing his environment. He stopped waiting for motivation and built structure instead. His test scores slowly climbed, not magically, but steadily. More importantly, his confidence returned. He no longer felt at war with his own mind. He was learning to lead it. Friends noticed. You've changed, they said. Aarav smiled. I just stopped splitting myself. Chapter 6. The Science of Attention. Professor Raman explained what was happening behind the scenes. Focused attention strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the brain's control center. Mind-wandering activates the default mode network, the mental noise machine. Every time Aarav brought his attention back, he was physically reshaping his brain. Focus, Raman said, is not talent, it's training. Aarav realized something profound. Success wasn't about intelligence, it was about presence. Chapter 7. The result that didn't define him. The exam results arrived. Aarav cleared it, but the real victory wasn't the rank. It was the calm with which he received the news. No explosion of emotion, no panic, just quiet satisfaction. Because by then, Aarav understood something deeper. This practice wasn't for exams, it was for life. Chapter 8. Beyond achievement, years later, Aarav would mentor others. Students, professionals, creators, people drowning in distraction. He never spoke about hacks or shortcuts. He taught only one thing: be where you are, fully. Because life doesn't improve when you add more. It improves when you divide less. One task, one moment, one life. And if you're present for it, that's more than enough. Chapter 9. When discipline meets resistance. Success never arrives alone. It brings resistance with it. When Aarav entered the next phase of his life, he believed focus would now come naturally. He was wrong. New challenges appeared. Harder subjects, heavier expectations, louder pressure. The world around him grew faster, noisier, more demanding. There were days when his old habits tried to return. A quick glance at the phone, a wandering thought during work, a sense of impatience. And Aarav learned something crucial during this phase. Focus is not something you achieve once. It's something you choose again and again. Some days he failed. Some days his attention broke. But instead of hating himself for it, he remembered the lesson. Return without judgment. Every return was a victory. Chapter 10. The Invisible Edge. Others around Aarav were talented. Some were smarter. Some worked longer hours. But Aarav had something invisible: clarity. While others rushed, he moved deliberately. While others multitasked, he finished. While others burned out, he stayed grounded. People began asking him questions. How do you stay so calm? How do you finish so much without stress? Aarav never said anything dramatic. I do one thing at a time, he answered. Most people nodded and went back to doing 10 things at once. Chapter 11. Attention is respect. One evening, Aarav realized something powerful. Focus wasn't just a productivity tool. It was a form of respect. When he listened fully, people felt valued. When he worked deeply, his work gained quality. When he lived attentively, life felt richer. He stopped rushing meals, stopped interrupting conversations, stopped thinking about the next moment while living in the current one. Life slowed down, not in speed, but in meaning. Chapter 12. Pressure doesn't break. Focus, lack of presence does. A critical project arrived. High stakes, tight deadlines. Many around him panicked. Aarav didn't try to control the future. He controlled only the next action. Line by line, step by step, moment by moment. Pressure didn't disappear, but it stopped controlling him. He understood that anxiety lives in the future, regret lives in the past, and power lives only in the present. Chapter 13. Teaching without preaching. Aarav never became loud about his philosophy. He led silently. People noticed patterns, his consistency, his reliability, his depth. Slowly, others began copying his behavior, clearing desks, silencing phones, blocking time, respecting focus. He didn't convert people with words. He did it with results. Chapter 14. The truth. Most people miss one night. Aarav wrote something in his journal. Distraction is not the enemy. Unawareness is. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because their attention is scattered. Life doesn't punish you for being slow. It punishes you for being divided. Chapter 15. The Full Circle. Years later, Aarav met Professor Raman again. You've changed, the old man said. Aarav smiled. No, I just stopped leaving myself. Raman nodded. That's the hardest thing to learn. Chapter 16, the final lesson. Aarav now understood the deepest truth of all. You don't need more time. You need more presence. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer distractions. You don't need to become someone else. You need to fully become who you already are, right here, right now. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and comment.